but you're an asshole.
Tuesday night means one thing. It means that your boys are going to talk sports. I'm the big Chris Fant, and who knows who might show up, right, Chris?
Yeah. You never know.
Every week with you, every Tuesday night on 2M10 Media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like our videos, share them out. It's the only way that we'll get out there. There's been so much happening since we last talked, my friend, as far as last Tuesday goes, that I don't even know where to start. So the first and foremost, I'm going to just jump right in and say we have a Final Four, right? We have
Yes, we do.
NCAA men's Final Four in the form of Duke versus UNC, Kansas versus Villanova. Right? I got that right?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
So, your thoughts, are these the teams that you thought were going to be there or what?
No. I had Kentucky to win the bracket for myself. And they got beat in the first round. I mean, I am a diehard Tar Heel fan, but I didn't have us making it to the Elite Eight.
Interesting.
I'm regretting that now, but.
So, when I watch college basketball, which is rare, I always try to look at local interests. You and I are both Jersey boys.
Yeah.
And so, St. Pete's made it quite a far. That was a hell of a story. They did really well, so I was kind of rooting for them. And when they didn't make it, I kind of shifted over to Villanova because I like Philadelphia, and that's where Villanova is. So, and, I really like the coach down there, Jay Wright, and I like the whole thing. I like the story. I'm not a big fan of his, but I like the whole story of Coach K, the success he's had. I'm excited for him that he's in another Final Four. That's great. But, for your sake, I hope the Tar Heels win. I really do, because I could care less if Duke wins. But, it's going to be interesting. They're both – they're interstate rivalries, right?
Yeah, they're interstate rivalries. It's the
have they ever
rivalry.
met? Have they ever met in a Final Four? Have they ever met in a tournament?
They have never met in the NCAA tournament ever.
That's interesting.
It was always some upset or roadblock to where they never played each other in the tournament. This will be the first time in history that they're playing each other.
Yeah, and when when it comes down to the Final Four, I usually, I might watch a game here or there in the Sweet 16 or a game here and there in the Elite Eight. But usually with the Final Four, I watch both games. I at least try to keep track of both games. They just happen to be this Saturday, and this Saturday is WrestleMania for me. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna keep track of the games as they're going on. So whether or not I'm watching them live or not remains to be seen. I could watch them on my phone while I have Mania downstairs. I got family coming over on Saturday to watch Mania, so they're going to be watching Mania while I'm on my phone keeping track of both basketball games. I know you're a Tar Heels fan, but I'm going to put you on the spot. And who wins both of these games?
I'm going to go. I think UNC is going to beat Duke again. They beat them the last game of the season to send Coach K with a loss at Cameron on his last home game. And I'm going to take Kansas. Villanova has one of their best players who won't be playing the game.
Right, I heard he got hurt.
But Kansas they're a well-rounded team. They've been there before, as Villanova has. Other than North Carolina being an 8 seed, Villanova is the only 8 seed. That's the highest seed to ever win the national championship. And that was back in 1985.
Right.
So I would love to see another 8 seed win it.
I got to tell you, I have a feeling, just a gut feeling, that it's going to be the other way around. You're calling the Tar Heels versus the Jayhawks. I think it's going to be Duke and Nova in the final. But that's
it's whoever plays better. It's the Final Four. It's time to step up. But like the Duke Carolina game, could you imagine, hey, Al, you want to go to the North Carolina game? Okay, it's only 77,000 for like center court seats.
Is that how much it is? I was
Yeah.
going to ask if you knew like what they're going for.
It's insane.
Where is that game being played? Because it's not being played in North Carolina.
No, they're in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think they should play that game in North Carolina just because of how they fell. You know what I mean? That game should be in Charlotte or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's in New Orleans. I believe it's in New Orleans every year. The Final Four is.
Okay, well, not every year because I remember Final Four being in Meadowlands Arena years ago. Seton Hall was involved. I remember. I don't remember what year that was, but it moves around. Is my point. It's the highest bidder.
I'm not sure, but I think every year it's in New Orleans.
It's been in New Orleans the past couple of years, but I'm saying it has been other places.
It's been other places before, yes. But it's
going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. You got great coaches on all four teams, and great programs that are always top programs they talk about when it comes to the tournament. So
yeah, these are top programs, and other than Kansas,
there it is. Last time it was in New Orleans was 2017. That was a quick fact check on there by the wife. Nice. Tar Heels won that year, by the way. So maybe Lady Luck on the shoulder there down in New Orleans, down in the Big Easy, pal.
Well, you never know.
Being it down in New Orleans, you thought Cousin Phil might scalp a ticket somewhere, but I don't know if he's got 77 grand laying around.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of celebrities at the Final Four. It's going to be awesome.
That's worse than the Super Bowl because you're telling me 77 grand. I recall like Super Bowl tickets. Some of them were astronomically ridiculous, but not 77 grand.
Yeah, I mean, as a sports fan, I mean, I love my football, but I grew up playing basketball my whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be probably the biggest televised game in history will be the Duke Carolina game.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd say the most watched.
Most watched.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, like the highest rankings for sure. Hell yeah. Because Kansas and Villanova, you'll basically have the Philadelphia area or Pennsylvania too while you're at it, and the Kansas area, you'll have those viewers. But Duke versus UNC has that national audience more, I think, is going to watch that one.
It's going to be exciting.
They'll both be bar burners, and next week we'll be talking about that who made it. So there we go. You had mentioned in the chat that UConn women were in 14 straight Final Fours. Is that including this year? Or are they there yet?
Yes, they're in the Final Four. They won in double overtime over NC State, which I watched the game. I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but this was the first double overtime game that the Elite Eight has ever had. It was an amazing game to watch.
Jen says that the Final Four is in Houston, so it does move around. It's in Houston next year. All right, but you go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's the UConn game. I watched it myself, and it was just a double overtime. Amazing game to watch. I don't watch much college women basketball, but it was exciting. It's definitely exciting to watch.
14 straight is crazy because I just remember checking in. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a complete women's college game, and that's nothing about I'm not as big a basketball fan as you or anybody else. But like, I mean, I barely watch NBA games, let alone college. But anyway, when it comes to the UConn women, though, I was always remembered as them being like the team to beat every damn year. You have the tournament, and everybody was talking about UConn, and nobody wanted to play UConn, and still 14 straight seasons, it still holds true. Nobody wants to play UConn. Why is UConn such a dominant force in women's college basketball?
They have a great coach. They won 6 championships in the past 14 years. and 4 of those championships were undefeated seasons. And they have a total of 11 NCAA championships there, which is the most.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, you talk college basketball, nobody has made it in college basketball to 11 or 10 or even 14. That's insane. 14 straight Final Fours. I mean, it's still women's basketball, I understand, but it's still an accomplishment in itself.
They definitely got to check what's in the water in Connecticut. Good Lord. But that's crazy, and kudos to them, and good luck to them. Do you know who else is in the women's Final Four?
NC
I can look
State.
it up.
NC State just lost, so you got Louisville, UConn. Trying to think. There's 3 number 1 seeds. I can look it up quick. Yeah, 3 number 1 seeds, and UConn is the number 2 seed.
South Carolina,
yep.
So it's Louisville, South Carolina, UConn, and Stanford.
And Stanford, I believe, is the reigning champs.
And those games are Friday. The South Carolina and Louisville game is on Friday at 7, and then the UConn Stanford game's right after that at 9. So you're not rooting for the South Carolina girls? You live there.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great team. I believe they won the championship 2 years ago, maybe. I mean, they have a great team, but it's always you pull for that team, like you said. You watched and heard about a team for so long. That's who you're going to root for. And I became not a fan of UConn, but if UConn's on and there's nothing else on TV, I'm going to watch UConn play. It's an amazing basketball program they have there.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, like I said, I haven't watched many women's college basketball in my life, but it seems like every time I do tune into one, it's a UConn game, especially if it's a championship or a Final Four. And obviously, past 14 years, I mean, geez, I'm going to be 46 tomorrow. So that means that, they've been doing this thing since I was like, almost 30. So, I thought it'd be fun. I saw something earlier on Colin Cowherd, where he ranked every quarterback in the NFL by their division. Now that we know who's playing for who, pretty much. All right, teams have made their moves, and now we know who the starting quarterback of most teams are. I know that there's still some teams to be decided there. I know that the Saints just got Andy Dalton. I don't know if he's going to be, competing for that job. They just paid Jameis Winston money to be the starter, but he gets hurt a lot. So maybe Andy Dalton's like the insurance policy. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that now that we kind of know where everybody is and, where Watson's going to be, where Wilson's going to be, all that cool stuff, we could rank each quarterback in each division from one, like who do you think is the best quarterback in that particular division? And then 1 through 4. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, I'm game.
I thought, okay. So we'll start in the AFC East. The best quarterback in that division, in my opinion, all right, this is my opinion, not Chris's. Chris can disagree with me or not. Is the Bills quarterback, just
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. You disagree with that?
No, he's definitely the best in that division. He's number 1.
All right, then the second it gets tricky. Because with the Dolphins, you got Tua. With the Patriots, you got Jones. With the Jets, you got Zach Wilson. You can't, to me, I want to jump on Jones just based on what he did last year and based on what he has at his arsenal. But if we're ranking the quarterbacks just on their own, potentially wise, I don't know. It's those three are hard to differentiate. I can't say that one of them's a definitive last guy. Like I can't even say that about Wilson because I think his ceiling is higher than the other two guys. That's my opinion. So
I believe there's a toss-up between the last three.
Right. So I mean, based on what we saw last year with Jones, I'll say Allen, Jones, Wilson, Tua. That's my ranking for them, for those four.
That would be my ranking too, but it's just the second year. You got a second year Wilson and a second year Mac Jones. You don't know how their second years are going to be.
What's up, Dennis? How you doing? Mac Jones, Josh Allen. So he's going Josh Allen, Mac Jones. I'm sure he's going to put up his third one. My computer's been acting slow and goofy, so if I disappear and Chris is by himself, it's because of my computer. Nothing else. All right, so let's go to the AFC West. He said, "What's up?" So obviously you got the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos, right? Obviously, Mahomes is the definitive number one in that group, right? So then I'd say I would go Justin Herbert. You disagree with that?
I'd go Herbert number 2.
I'd go Russell Wilson 3 and Carr 4.
I just think Russell Wilson would be 3. He's just got more weapons than Carr's got to throw the ball.
See, Anthony would be on here telling me that Carr would be 3 and Wilson would be 4 because Wilson's an old man. He's dried up. I'm telling you, he's still got football left in him. He's 32, not 37.
He's got weapons that he's never had before. That Denver receiving core is good.
Now, you see this here, Dennis, that is exactly how Anthony Joseph would rank them. And I would just switch Carr and Wilson. I know Carr's got Devontae Adams now, so Carr's going to look better. But body of work-wise, their entire career-wise, I would take Russell Wilson over. If you had to choose between those two quarterbacks, I would take Russell Wilson over Derek Carr. That's my opinion.
When the season starts, that can all swap. Anything could happen in that division. It's going to be crazy to watch.
That whole division's going to be insane. I can't wait. That's going to be fun. We don't get a lot of West games over here, so I got to find I don't have Sunday ticket or anything like that, so I always find a way to watch some West games, though, because, usually Sunday, 1 o'clock, I'm watching the Eagles. If the Eagles are on later or if they're the night game or something like that, we'll watch the Jets because my wife's a Jets fan, so we'll watch the Jets. Dennis is like, Wilson in his prime. Yes, I know. But everybody, this whole idea that Russell Wilson's past his prime, I don't know about that. I think he still has some good football left. You can't judge him on his season last year. The Seahawks were in disarray. They had no defense. And everybody's like, oh, well, he had DK Metcalf and he had Tyler Lockett and he still sucked. He still put up good, decent numbers. Oh, he popped. As soon as we started talking the NFL, he pops up out of nowhere. Of course.
Go on, boys.
Oh, boy.
Trying to use my phone here because our computer was lagging big time.
Yeah, so was mine. And so if I disappear, if I start lagging, I might switch to the phone too.
Yeah, so
he definitely has gas in the tank. Amazing long way. All right. So, AJ, we're ranking each quarterback in each division, and we've already done
I've seen the AFC East. I agree with
you agreed with the East, but I know you're going to disagree with the West. So tell me the West. You got the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos. This is how Dennis.
I would go Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, and then David Carr.
I'm shocked that you did not put Wilson last because you think he's got nothing left. And Derek Carr
still has talent. I mean, Carr has a lot of weapons this year, so he might have a big year. But if we're just going on just their strengths, I would give Wilson the nod over Carr.
Okay. I'm shocked, Chris Vant. I'm just shocked. Okay. So let's go to the North then. You got the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens. Chris, how do you rank? How do you rank them?
I'm going to have to go with Joe Burrow. He took his team to the Super Bowl there. I'm going to have to give him number one. So let's see. I give Sean Watson number two, depending how many games he plays. We don't know what the suspension is going to be.
Right.
We don't know anything what's going on. If it's 4 or 6 games or it's the entire year, we don't know.
Right. Who's quarterback in the Steelers? Because I know the other guy is Lamar Jackson. So
I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson, third,
mm-hmm.
and then Mitchell Trubisky, fourth.
Trubisky, that's it.
Yeah.
So you got Burrow, Watson, Jackson, Trubisky. AJ, you disagree with that?
No. Nah, not at all. Sorry, I'm trying to pick something up. Even with what, like, I'm not counting suspect going off talent. I mean, Watson's very talented, but I would take Burrow over Watson.
I would too. I don't disagree with that rank at all. So in the South, then you got the Titans, the Colts, the Texans, the Jags. The Colts now have Matt Ryan. The Titans still have Tannehill. The Jags have Trevor Lawrence. And the Texans have
David Mills.
Mills.
It's still Tannehill's division.
I would take Matt Ryan over.
I would take Matt Ryan over Tannehill too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go Ryan, Tannehill, Lawrence, Mills.
If you're just talking about right now, potential, I would probably go Ryan, Lawrence, then Tannehill, and then Mills. I think Tannehill's he's a clock controller, game manager. Look for the right word.
Right.
He's a game manager.
He's a good game manager, but he can't carry a team.
No.
You know what I mean?
I
think Matt Ryan can make those guys better.
Yeah, and I think Lawrence has the talent to actually start carrying. He doesn't need weapons, though.
All right, so let's go to the NFC. The NFC East. You guys all know Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Commanders. You got Carson Wentz, Danny Dimes, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. Chris, rank them.
Well, Dak's still got receivers there. So I think, and he's still going to put up the yard. So I got Dak number one.
Lamb.
Okay. Oh, let's see here.
The last three are tougher.
Yeah, it's like a toss-up.
Carson Wentz, Danny Jones, and Jalen Hurts. It's kind of a coin flip to me.
I'm going to go Carson Wentz on a rebound year. He's going to give you 3,025 touchdowns. I'm going to give him number two.
Okay.
Then I'll go with Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to take Danny Dimes last season with the Giants because after this, he's going to be done.
Anthony, you agree or disagree with any of that?
No, I agree with all of them. I would go, Dak, Wentz, Hurts, and then Jones off previous performances.
I agree with both of you. All right. Dennis says Prescott, Hurts, Wentz, Dimes. He puts Hurts over Wentz.
Whoa, Hurts.
Little love there for Jalen Hurts. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I guess I'll take it where I can get it. But all right, the NFC West. You got the Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks. 49ers is the tricky one, right? Because are they going with Trey Lance or are they going with Garoppolo? I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think they know what they're doing.
Cardinals with Kyler Murray, that's an iffy thing. I don't know if he's going to stay or they're going to talk him into staying. Obviously, the Rams have.
Because if the only way it's not is if they don't believe in him.
All right. So obviously the Rams have Matthew Stafford. So Seattle, who's the QB in Seattle?
It's right now. Geno Smith is the quarterback until they sign somebody.
You think they will? I mean, do you think they'll make a play for
Johnny?
I think they're going to make a play for somebody. We don't know.
Yeah,
They might wait to the draft and try to do something.
I mean, there's a lot of rumors that they're talking to Colin Kaepernick.
There you go.
I mean, they're desperate.
There you go.
Well, the 49ers already said Garoppolo is going to stay unless they get a good trade for him. So they plan on keeping him.
I mean, the guy took it to the NFC Championship game.
Not only that, I think they what they've seen from Trey Lance, I don't think they've been impressed with, but that's just my opinion.
Say that you're saying so they're not sold on him yet?
I don't think they are. I think they, you know what? They totally messed up, man. If they would have took Mac Jones, that'd be a totally different team.
So let's just say that Murray stays with the Cardinals. I would go Stafford, Murray, whoever the 49ers quarterback is, say Garoppolo, and then the Seahawks quarterback.
Yeah.
Insert name here.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Stafford, Murray, Garoppolo, and whoever's Seattle has the quarterback.
Yeah, we know Seattle's going to get somebody. Seattle's going to get somebody. They're not going to have Geno Smith as your starting quarterback to start the season.
Call the Foles. Just kidding. All right, so you got the Packers. We'll go to the North. Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. Aaron Rodgers. Did they still have Kirk Cousins in Minnesota?
Yep, 1-year deal.
Justin Fields for the Bears, and I believe it's still for the Lions. It's still
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, yeah.
Jared Goff.
So
yeah, that's the order you just named it in. Boom.
Yep, exactly.
So Rodgers, Cousins, Fields, Goff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ironically, that's how they finished. By the way, last year's division standings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fields he doesn't jump. He ain't jumping Cousins yet. No.
Rodgers, Cousins, Fields, Goff. The Lions ended the season with was it a 3-game winning streak?
Yeah, I mean they found
they lost every game, they were 0-13, and then they finished 3-13.
Started gelling with St. Brown. They really started putting numbers up. So
hopefully, they have a high pick, right? Don't they have the first or second pick?
They have the number 2 pick.
But I was watching the Lions all year, and they were one of the only teams that actually led almost every game at some point during the season. It's not like they were getting blown out in every game. They always had a chance to win
there's
the
potential
game.
there.
Yeah, they had potential.
And they got a good coach, I think.
And they're on Hard Knocks this year. Maybe that'll straighten them up.
They are on Hard Knocks this year.
Just for their coach.
All right, so
he's going to eat somebody's kneecaps.
So then the last one is the NFC South. That's the Bucks, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers. I mean, who's quarterback in the Falcons?
Mariota.
Yeah,
Mariota. Yeah,
Mariota. Yeah, I'll go.
What about Panthers? Who's quarterbacking them? I mean, they didn't sign
Sam Darnold is the starter.
Yep, Darnold.
And they have Cam Newton as of now.
Hard Knocks is a curse.
Cam Newton's looking at other options.
Right.
I mean, when you suck, there's no curse. I mean, what do they got to lose? They might move up 1 pick.
And the Saints re-signed Jameis Winston, but they also signed Andy Dalton as a backup.
You're just going on talent. You're going Winston, Brady.
You're going to have Winston over Brady? Yeah. Good luck with that.
Darnold and then Cam Newton.
So Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers is kind of the way they finished.
No. I like the Saints quarterback better.
You like the Saints quarterback better than okay.
I got Mariota over Sam Darnold. I think Mariota was a good quarterback when he was a starter. He's got talent. Give him a shot.
His ceiling is higher than Sam Darnold's, I think. Brady, Winston, Falcons, Panthers. Whoever they're going to be. Whoever they're going to be.
Got to learn the name of the quarterbacks.
Well, that's not me. All right, so what do you guys think of Yadier Molina and Pujols reuniting in St. Louis to basically retire this year?
I mean, the universal DH made this happen, right? Because without that, they ain't bringing him back.
Right.
You know, he can't play the field anymore. He's like 85 years old now. Because he lied about his age when he came over, right?
I don't know, but I don't know. But my son is ecstatic.
Most of those guys, like, not even trying to be funny. Most of the guys from, the Dominican Republic and shit like that, they, I think he might be Puerto Rican. I don't want to insult him, whatever he is. They usually lie about their age.
Are you talking Molina? Are you talking Molina or Pujols?
Pujols.
Pujols is from the DR.
Yeah, so when he came over, a lot of those guys, they put down 17 and they're like 24.
Regardless, he was
got a great career. Anyways, I was just saying he was 85. It was nice to see him still playing. He can still hit a ball. Yeah. So I guess it's a good story. I mean, he goes back home, finish his career off. Good for him.
Yeah, and I mean, Molina has had one of the best catches of all time. I don't know where he ranks as far as, he's got
to be up there. He's one of the, especially for his defense.
I'd say top 10 because once you start talking catchers, you're talking like Johnny Bench and you go back and tell all these other catchers back in the day, Piazza and all those guys.
Yeah. So I'm a Cardinals fan. I love it. Even if he didn't sign a contract, he was still going to come and retire as a Cardinal. That's where he had all his numbers, all his stats. He came out and I think, what was it? Jesus. Him and Molina were 1 year apart.
Yeah.
And they were both drafted. And they won 2 titles together.
Yeah.
2006, 2011.
My son's a Cardinals fan.
I wish he would have just re-signed with the Cardinals on a huge contract, but he had, he left. But, they would have paid him. And he could have been a Cardinal through his whole career like Molina is. For them retiring together at the end of this year.
But the deal he got with the Angels, I think, was a monster deal.
Yeah. They're going to play together their final year, both be first ballot Hall of Famers on the same year. It's perfect. I love it as a Cardinals fan.
AJ, I want to use this opportunity to ask you, how do you feel about the Otani Rule? Have you heard about it?
No. What?
So the Otani Rule is, how...
Oh, if he DHs and pitches, if they switch out, the pitcher has to hit?
Correct.
Yeah, that's always been the rule.
No. Well, with him, wasn't it where if he's pitching, he can't be the DH too? Like he can't be both? Because he plays in the American League, so
that's what it is. If he's pitching and he hits,
right,
that means they're not rocking it. They lose their DH spot. So if he comes out of the game, then whoever comes in for him is the DH too. So basically,
I had heard that, DH. But I got to look this up because I had heard that they're going to change that where if he comes out of the game as a pitcher, he can still remain the DH.
That is horrible.
I know, and that's why I brought it up because I thought you'd be pissed off about that.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit where you're changing the game for one guy. That's baseball. They'll do shit just to cuddle a superstar.
His story, that the whole thing, it's become such a big deal for baseball. So
yeah, because they know he ain't gonna throw 9 innings. So on the days that he pitches, he ain't gonna hit 3 times through the order. But That's the shit they do. I mean, they changed the rules just to benefit.
Okay, here. So
Certain
this
people.
was 7 days ago. According to Joel Sherman, Major League Baseball and Major League Baseball PA have agreed to what they're referring to as the Otani Rule
Yeah.
in the new CBA, which will fold in with the universal DH. In essence, the rule will allow Otani and other players who may follow in his footsteps to finish out the game he pitches in the batting order.
Yeah.
So even if he comes out as a pitcher, he could stay in as a DH.
Yeah, it's stupid, but it is what it is. So they do shit, like I said, the cuddle superstars. They got other kids coming up that can do both too. So, I mean,
you agree with that, Chris? You think that's ridiculous?
It's a little ridiculous. I mean, all these, I don't like all these rule changes and everything. I mean, especially the pitching one. Now there's not a pitch count anymore. They're going back to where it was before. And that's going to make games longer again. I mean,
So what do you?
that's was it. That was it. Like, and it like people that say like, oh, the pitch count is still long games. Yankees, Red Sox were like 5-hour games. They at least made it respectable where they're down in the 4-hour range. Now, God only knows where we'll go with that again. Probably 6-hour games.
Are they going to do the pitch clock thing where they have a certain amount of time to throw the ball?
No, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
They got rid of that.
Yep.
It never really existed, I don't think. I've never seen anybody time out. So I don't even think it existed.
All right, so my son brought up, and so did cousin Phil in the chat, brought up the new overtime rules for the NFL. What do you guys think about it?
It's only for the postseason, which is stupid. I mean, because wait till week 18, the first team that gets burned on those overtime rules, they'll be bitching about changing it again. Right. They can't just do shit the right way the first time. They gotta, it's. Why would you change for the postseason?
No, you should change it for everything. If you're going to change it, change it.
Mm-hmm.
Should be for the whole season.
I think it's stupid anyways. I mean, it's been the rule. It is what it is.
In case anybody don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to put this up here. It's going to cover us up, I believe. But I'm going to take the banner down so you can see what the hell we're talking about here. So the new NFL new playoff overtime rules go like this. Both teams will have the opportunity to possess the ball in overtime in the postseason. If the score is tied after each team has possessed the ball, the next score wins. But if the team kicking off to start the overtime period scores a safety on the receiving team's initial possession, the team that kicked off is the winner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those
just.
Is that not like the first team scoring wins? I mean.
It is, but they each get possessions. So in the old rule, if you get the ball in overtime and you go down and score a touchdown, game over.
The way it should be.
But now even if you do score a touchdown, the other team's gonna get a shot at it.
And I can't wait till the next team kicks a field goal and then everybody bitch about the rule again because
how many times has an actual team went down and scored a touchdown to win the game? If you can,
I don't know.
You can play
but they
defense.
Changed this. But they changed this.
Win the game.
But they changed this rule back in the day when you could just get a coin flip, get down in field goal range, kick a field goal, and win the game.
They changed.
I like the rule. The rule it was the past few years. Yeah. If you can play defense, it's a coin flip, just like the beginning of the game. If you can play defense and get them a 3-and-out or whatever, you're going to get good field position and have a chance to win the game.
Hold them to a field goal.
Yes, it is what it is. Or change it to a whole quarter, and whoever scores the most points in that quarter, play the whole quarter out and see what happens there.
They changed this rule mainly because they did not like the outcome of the Buffalo Bills game.
Exactly.
Patrick Mahomes made them look stupid.
Yep.
The Bills couldn't play defense. He scored in 13 seconds. He got the ball in overtime. He sent them packing. And everybody cried about it, but it's been the rule.
Yeah. I've watched a ton of overtime games, and rarely does the team go down and score a touchdown in the first possession. Rarely.
But they couldn't play defense at the end of that game. They were gassed or whatever it was, and he just torched them. He had all the momentum going in overtime, and then he got the ball and he, did what he had to do. And now we're going to change rules. The Otani rule.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think when you're a fan, you either embrace change or you don't. And when you're an old school fan, I like old school rules. And when they get changed, even if deep down I know it might be for the betterment of the sport or the betterment of the competition, I still get irritated. I hate rule changes. I hate them. And the NFL does it every damn year. They change what's real, what's pass interference. They change they change shit all the time. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that, again, this year they're changing more stuff. But at the same time, if I'm that team in the playoffs, if it's my team in the playoffs, and somebody wins a coin toss, goes down, scores a touchdown, I mean, yeah, you could say, well, play defense, hold them to a field goal, like you guys just said. But I mean, I'd like to have what if my team was the one that won the coin toss and they marched down the field and scored a touchdown? The other team didn't stop me either. What if it was one of those shootout games where there was no defense going on? It was just the last team to have the ball.
I mean, that's on your defense then, I mean, you can't change the game just the way so it fits the way you want the outcome to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like the rule changes. I don't even like that they changed it to the kickoff, the fair catches and everything. The kick return. I was at a Miami game where Miami had 127 yards, but 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, and they won the game.
Yeah.
Kickoff returns have become a thing of the past, and it sucks. Everybody's fair catching it. Everybody's kicking it in the end zone. You don't see a lot of kick returns or punt returns for touchdowns because what?
Someone could get a concussed, whatever.
Yeah, they did a concussion protocol. Too many people were getting hurt on kick returns.
That's what they get paid for, right?
Right. As soon as you kick that ball in the air on a punt, that's a live ball.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. That's how it used to be. And,
but it was concussion. The guys are coming down full speed, and the guy's just trying to catch the ball, and most of them are getting hurt.
What'd you say, Anthony?
I said maybe they should line up for punts for the kickoff. That'd be cool. There you go. You start punting from the 30-yard line, and you can still have punt blocks.
Remember when the XFL had the ball sitting on the 50 and both teams started in the end zone and they had to whoever got the ball first?
I honestly, I watched it. I do not remember that, but that's even better. I want to see that.
That's the only thing. Dude, that's the only rule I remember from the XFL. They did not have coin flips. They had the ball sitting at the 50. They had 11 guys and 11 guys, and whoever got possession of the ball gets the ball first.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know.
There's just too many rule changes.
I know, and I agree with you 1,000%.
The extra point one, that's one I don't understand. You're rewarding yourself for scoring a touchdown, so you get a cheap extra point to get the extra point. Now you're moving it back, and a lot of these guys are missing him. I mean, that could hurt the game. I mean, you miss 1 or 2, and most of these games go down to the wire because you missed 2 extra points that you originally wouldn't have missed if you were kicking it from where it was before. Could cost you the game.
I did like that rule because it made it a little harder for the kicker because they were, that was a chip shot. I could have made half those.
But it's a reward for scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, but
it
changed the game a little bit. You got to have a kicker, I liked it a little bit. I like it. It brings a chance that someone might miss something. But, what are we going to do when the first team scores a touchdown, the second team goes for 2 and gets the 2-point conversion? We're going to cry about that?
Yeah. Yes. You're exactly right. I can't fucking argue with it because there's always going to be a fucking rule that somebody's pissed off about because it ruins a game That, there's 16 games going on at a time, and there's always that one game there the referee made the wrong call, or this happened or that happened. And
well, we had that in the Super Bowl, right? Everybody was all happy. The refs swallowed the whistle, and then at the end of the game, what did they do? They switched it up. When there's pass interference, they called it. Everybody, they handed them the championship. So
handed them the championship
want to
my
change
ass
the rules.
because that play that you're talking about that wasn't called, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. And so if you take that away, it wouldn't even have been close.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody.
I just still love football the way it was.
Winning the championship. So
I agree, Chris. 100%.
I love football the way it was. There was no need for change.
No.
Should have kept it the way it was.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%.
Somebody needs to die out there.
For what? In order for real change? No, you just want to see blood? I mean, is that what you want? I don't know.
We're here for blood. We're here for the gladiators.
All right. Anthony, before you came on, we already talked about the Final Four, but do you pay any attention to it at all?
I'd be lying if I said I did.
All right. Well,
the Final Four when St. Peter's got bounced, I left with them.
So it's Duke and UNC, Kansas and Villanova. Those are the Final Four. We picked our winners. I picked Duke and Nova. He picked UNC and Kansas.
Yeah, give me Duke and Nova.
There it is.
Yeah.
You heard it.
2 underdogs, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, they're both underdogs. And I was listening to a guy talk about betting on the NCAA. He said, just bet all the underdogs. You can't lose.
Well, bet the underdog. You want to bet North Carolina because they're the 8th seed.
Yeah, but I don't like North Carolina, so.
That's Chris's team, man. That's
my team.
No, I'm busting on Chris. Nah, I mean, I'd like to see Coach K walk away with a championship. That'd be cool. I mean,
I'd like to see Jay Wright walk away with a championship. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight, so. But it'd be. I just think it'd be a cool story, It'd be cooler if Roy Williams was around and they're both retiring at the same time.
I think it'd be a cool story as Coach K getting beat at home for the last game at Cameron, which North Carolina beat them, and then North Carolina putting them out of the tournament.
No, see, that's not the Disney. That's
that
not
North
the Disney
Carolina
ending we want.
We
want him to come back and stick it to him, and then go to the championship and win it. Yes,
we don't
that's
know.
The
we'll
story
see.
We're writing.
We'll see.
All right, so we got one more subject here, guys. We're gonna get out of here because I want to watch NXT's pay-per-view.
Don't make me Will Smith you. Don't make me
WrestleMania weekend starts today with NXT Stand and Deliver.
So Cody Rhodes comes back when? Tonight?
No, he comes back on Saturday night against Seth Rollins.
Oh, he's wrestling against him?
Yep, WrestleMania.
Well, they haven't announced that, but the main event of Saturday night is Seth Rollins going to stand in the ring. He's going to get a mystery opponent. Oh. It ain't going to be the fucking Undertaker.
Yeah.
So what if it was?
Well, it wouldn't shock me, but everybody knows it's Cody.
I think it'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
What was awesome was back in the day when Ted DiBiase bought out the Undertaker as the mystery guest.
That was the Survivor Series.
That's his debut,
awesome.
Right?
90. That was his debut in WWE.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna bring up the slap heard around the world, only because it pisses Anthony off.
It doesn't piss me off. Will Smith is a bitch.
Okay, so give me your opinions on this whole thing right now, because no holds barred, Anthony. I want to hear your opinion on that.
Chris Rock was hired to get up there and do jokes. That's what he did. It was funny. Will Smith even loved it.
He laughed
until he realized his wife did not find that funny. And then he went up there.
He laughed. Then he looked over here, and she's standing over there.
I thought it was fake, though. It looked like a WWE slap.
I think it was fake.
You watched the slow motion, man. He made contact. He made good contact.
But
so that tells me one thing: Will Smith is a bitch. Then because if that he smacked that guy as hard as he could.
Yes.
Chris Rock didn't even break. Like he was just like, okay, yeah.
Either that or Chris Rock is tougher than people think. One or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
Will Smith
Rock's
better
like
watch his fucking
140
steps.
pounds.
I
So
heard
if
Mike
he would've
Tyson
slapped him. He should have knocked him down.
My opinion is if the guy making the joke about G.I. Jane was Dwayne Johnson, would he still got up?
Yeah, fuck no. He got his ass whooped right there on stage.
I just think it was kind of
unbelievable, dude. I'm only talking about it now because for an entire day, it was on every news, every sports station. I was listening to WIP. That's all they didn't talk about sports all day. They talked about this. It was on it was worldwide news. It was crazy. And if it was a publicity stunt, it fucking worked because everybody was talking about the Oscars because of that. They weren't talking about who won. I couldn't tell you who won, except for Will Smith got Best Actor because he gave that speech after that. I couldn't tell you who won Best Picture or anything like that. But everybody talked about the Oscars the next day, and nobody ever talks about the Oscars.
No, because it's Hollywood jerking off Hollywood. That's what it really is.
Right, and I agree with you, and that's why I don't watch it. And you know me, I love movies, but I'm not going to sit there and watch them give each other awards like you said. I'm just saying
the best one was when that guy got up there and like he just roasted them all about being who's the dude that hung himself?
Somebody
in jail. Yeah, the dude that hung himself in jail.
Tupac?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein, yeah.
Where he said they were all like friends with him and shit. And
yeah,
he just roasted him the whole time. That was the best one.
All right, so Will Smith put up on Instagram an apology to Chris Rock. I don't know if you guys have read it.
Yeah,
but it's right here in front of me. He said, "Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I apologize to Chris Rock and to the Academy and to anyone who is offended by my actions."
He's just saying that so he doesn't get banned.
His publicist made him do that.
Yeah.
He should be banned from any other Oscar or any other event that they ever have.
Dude, but you got to admit, the memes have been funny as shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the best one would have been if he would have just went on there and said, "Listen, you talk about my wife again, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth." That's what it should have said right there.
Well, what would you do?
Yeah, what would you
go
do?
up there and slap a guy? I'm going to go up there and punch him.
Yeah, that should end it way worse.
He got slapped.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go up there and do it right.
Exactly.
It's like hockey. Go into the penalty box, do it right. Show blood.
If I'm Vince, I'm booking both of these guys to a flight to Dallas and paying them whatever they want to face in the ring.
I mean, Chris Rock probably took his best shot. So if I'm Chris Rock, I'm signing up all day.
It's awesome. Is it good or bad for either one of their careers?
I don't think it matters.
No. I mean, he's not pressing charges or anything, so.
No, it was good for the Oscars.
No, I mean, they're supposed to be like the best of friends. They're really good friends.
Supposed to be. I think that's over.
Nah, that's not the first joke that Chris Rock said about her.
There was a worse joke about Jada Pinkett earlier in the show. One of the female comedians, I forget which one, Regina something.
Was that there?
She made fun of her, cheating on Will.
Yeah. I didn't know. I seen that one, but I didn't know if that was like I thought it was like a British thing.
No,
so
that was earlier. Regina Hill, I think, or that was earlier in the show. Made fun of Jada for running around on Will Smith. That's not as bad as making fun of her hair condition. And I'm sorry, it's a disease, but it's a hair condition. It's not cancer. It's a follicle thing. It's an addition.
Yeah, I mean,
she can't control the way her hair looks. That's the way she's got to have it.
That's an old joke because she did it back in like 2020. So it wasn't like it just happened. It was 2 years ago when she cheated on him. You
No,
know,
she's
But
been.
man, I've
They
been
have an open
laughing all I've been
relationship or some
laughing
shit.
all day yesterday and all day today with the memes. I can't get enough of the memes because people keep
Did-
getting creative with it.
Did you
It's
hear?
hilarious.
Did you hear Chris Rock's first joke about her?
No.
Because she boycotted the Oscars,
yeah, yep.
and Chris Rock said, her boycotting the Oscars is like me, me boycotting Rihanna's vagina. I wasn't invited, so I ain't going.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still going to go on for a couple more days, and
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
we're going to hear more about it and what actually really happened, if it was staged or if it wasn't, or
right. Listen, it worked because it got people who don't give a flying fuck about the Oscars talking about it.
Yeah, because the ratings
I mean,
the past 2 years were down.
Now Eminem has
time
something to rap
down.
about.
Well, let's find out what happens to the ratings next year.
Yeah.
I want to know how many people are watching it on replay.
Oh yeah,
You
it was
know,
like the last I seen it was 92 million.
it's insane. So it worked. If it was a stunt, it worked. If it wasn't a stunt, well then the Oscars were fucking lucky it happened.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to do a stunt on here. Get all the ratings.
Well, Anthony, you got to
want me to
show up
smack
down at Chris
somebody?
Vance's house and slap him across the
Why
face.
not?
Holly,
Why
come here,
not?
let me
Come
smack
on
you real
down.
quick.
No,
I called my wife. I'll smack her real quick.
I want to, Chris. I want it to be me, you, and cousin Phil. And while Phil's talking, Anthony bitch slaps from
That's
the
it.
side. You never
That'd be
see
great.
it
Cousin
Well,
Phil's
hey,
down.
if you're down here in August and we're on a Tuesday when you're on vacation, I'll
Yes!
slap you on the beach.
Yes, there it
We'll
is.
see
There
what
it is.
happens.
I'm going to be in South Carolina. There it is. One last question before I get out of here. Chris Vant, Bucks and Sixers tonight. Who do you got? Sixers.
Bucks.
Where's it at?
Sixers. They're
Philly.
second on it. Yeah. It should be Bucks at Sixers.
Sorry.
Okay. It'll be a good game.
The wife can smack you.
That'd be great. I'll sign up for that too.
I'm in for that.
I'll go with the Sixers.
Okay. I don't know, but I mean, there's only a handful of games left, right, before the playoffs, like 10.
Yeah, and actually, Davis and James aren't playing tonight. So if the Lakers lose, they're out of the playoff.
That sucks, doesn't it?
They're out of the playoff looking in.
So as the NBA playoffs approach, what teams stand out to you?
Maybe LeBron will slap somebody, and we'll talk about that next week. We missed the playoffs, you son of a bitch.
I like Brooklyn now that Kyrie can play every game.
Yeah, right. They changed the New York rule, so maybe Brooklyn starts to become a favorite, I guess. I don't know.
Tell me that wasn't some slimy shit.
I agree.
You know what the Cohen
Phoenix looks good though.
made
Chris.
a huge
Phoenix
donation
looks
at
good.
that mayor's campaign.
I tell you, if baseball would have held their lockout and kept it that way, they would have never changed it.
Right.
What's that?
If baseball was still locked out, they would not have brought that back.
No, because he paid for his campaign the next time he runs. It was a bribe, and everybody's cool with it. But hey, if you're going to try to save lives, you want to be a cop or you want to be a nurse or you just want to go to fucking work, you better get vaccinated because, in New York, if you're famous, you can't spread it. It's the smartest virus we've ever had.
Oh, it's amazing.
We're all
it just
gonna
keeps
die.
mutating. We're gonna have there's another wave now. Didn't you hear? It's coming.
Of course. We got to shut it down again sooner or later.
Right.
Just send me my $300 gas rebate, please.
I'm getting out of here before we get political.
Yeah.
Um.
That's another fucking stupid move.
Yeah. All right. I'm the Big Alboski. That's Chris Vant. That's the fantasy champ.
We're all
Anthony
fucked.
Joseph, and we're out of here on
We're
that
just
note.
fucked.
What? What do you
We're all
got?
fucked.
We're all fucked. I get it. We're all fucked. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 2M1L Media, for this show, for Around the Turnbuckle, and everything else we put on there. You never know what we're going to put on there. Join me this Saturday for the Around the Turnbuckle WrestleMania preview, 5 p.m. With or without the professor, I don't know.
Hulk Hogan.
We're talking WrestleMania. All right, guys. Peace out. I'm out of here. We're out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you guys next week.